let me ask you the first time that Tyson Fury showed up on your radar.
Way back when I was an amateur, probably. He'd actually went. I don't know. I was on an international trip with Ireland, and Jerry Story brought him to Philadelphia.
That's right.
And I was in Philadelphia the year before, so I didn't go the same time as Tyson. So that was probably the first time.
Okay.
It was all like rumours with Jerry talking about him. We've got this big giant from England coming over. He's going to train with us, and that was kind of the first time. And I remember actually there was a bit of might have been a few years later, but there was talk of him representing Ireland at the Olympics.
That's right, there was, yeah.
And
Big talk.
Mickey Hawkins, who was Holy Trinity coach. Jerry
That's
Story
right.
wanted him for Holy Family. Mickey Hawkins, who had the other heavyweight,
Yeah.
Cathal McMonigal,
Yes.
That's it.
objected, and whatever happened, it didn't
Well, it was
happen.
meant to have a box off.
Yeah.
And they said, we'll let the best one, we'll let the winner go to the Olympic Games.
Yeah.
This is 2008 Beijing.
2008 Beijing, and when it never took place through one thing or another, it's a long story. We won't get into that because I haven't got the time. We'll have to the next year to talk about
Yeah.
it. But listen, you know, that's the truth. Because he boxed out of Ireland, Tyson did.
Yeah.
John, I was meant to have a box off to go to the 2008 Olympics as well,
Yeah.
against David Oliver Joyce. It never happened, and then I fought him and beat him in the final, stopped him and stuff after. So me and Tyson could have been on the same Olympic team.
Could have been
Never
on the
happened.
same Olympic. You were born in Ireland, didn't
Was,
you?
yeah, Tune Galway.
Tyson could have been a man in green
Could have
all
been.
the way through.
Yeah, he's still got the colours on now.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you're saying that he loved it when he was in Belfast on your undercard, didn't he, Tyson?
Yeah, and the people
He
loved
loved
it.
it,
The
and they
people
loved
loved it too. Of
Well,
course it did.
Yeah, they stood in it. Was a bad storm as well,
Oh,
wasn't it?
it
The
was
rain
mental.
powered down, didn't it?
I didn't even know about the rain
And
until
there's all
after.
that stage.
Well, that night.
No,
It
people
was
told me after it
biblical
was
rain.
I know, but I'm walking out and covered, and then apparently it was atrocious. But
It's unbelievable.
I didn't even realise.
That was a special night.
Torrential rain, Steve, and not one person left. They all had
Not one.
they all had the plastic gowns on.
They were dancing.
Oh, listen, it was a magical electrical night
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
in Windsor Park.
It's
I'll
really
never forget it.
Yeah.
I remember because John Taywell had
Well,
come
there
that
was
close
her.
to punching me head in.
What did with you?
Yeah, it was at the way
You
in.
didn't throw the chicken at him in Nando's, did you?
No, I never. Billy Joe.
Really?
Billy Joe Saunders did that. So how comes he nearly punched you then?
Well, I'll tell you what happened. Tyson was getting away in and he was being noisy.
Yeah.
And he was saying some stuff, and I thought, you know what? It went beyond building a fight.
Okay.
And I got sick of him. So I said, shut your mouth up now. And he was going on and going. I was that close to sticking a big right hand on him. But I thought, what do I do? Well, I was on probation. I thought, if I stick it on him and if I get killed, I'm back in jail. So anyway, our security team taught me into better sense. They said, behave yourself, because number one, you're going to be knocked out for a week and you're going to be back in prison. So with that note, he pulled me horns in. And then Tyson called the other one a Fianetta, a spicy meatball.
That's a spicy meatball, yeah.
And then they nearly got fighting on the stage, the weighing stage. Comical night.
Oh, some good. That was a funny old night.
Only in Ireland.
Carl knows that with regards to Belfast, I think it's the greatest fighting city in the world. I've said that for 25 years. It just is, because it's the only place I know where an 11-year-old or 12-year-old kid who's won a national title is treated like a hero. People walking down the street. And also the gyms are all next to each other.
Yeah,
you
you
can
get-
walk from gym to gym. It's like corner shops.
Hit
It's
each one
nuts.
with a stone. Yeah,
It's
around
ridiculous, isn't it?
Belfast, it's like, I don't know the numbers, around North and West Belfast, insane numbers of
It's
gyms,
crazy.
Yeah.
One of the things we've been talking about, and the boys were talking about the thought before you came, before we kept you waiting in the rain and see if we could park in different places and miss you. It's been that kind of day, trust me. We were talking about a third fight.
Yeah.
You were denied your third fight with Leo Santa Cruz. So in some ways, Deontay Wilder's got what he wanted.
Yeah.
He's got that third fight that he maybe never thought he was going to get.
Yeah, I think so, and I think you probably have to admire him a bit for taking the third fight,
Yeah.
because he was offered step aside money. I don't know how much, but
Decent, we're told.
you know, the first fight was a draw, but he lost.
Yes.
He was destroyed in the second fight,
Yes.
and then he wants the third fight. So he could have took step aside money and sat and waited to see what happened with AJ and Tyson and everything else, and being handsomely paid for doing nothing. But he thinks he can win the fight. I don't think he will, but he must believe that.
Carl, let me ask you this. You know, before the second fight,
Yeah.
before the rematch, as we call it, Did you have any idea, or did you have any belief that Tyson would do what he did, would fight like he did?
No, I didn't think he would fight and go head on and just bully the big man. Like, you know, Wilder's as big as Tyson is, and he just like he threw him about like he's a kid. You know, you do with a petulant child. That was what it was like. But no one. I don't think anyone believed it could happen.
Well, to be fair, I knew it was going to happen because before he went, I felt the strength of him at the time. I had him on the pads working him out. Now at the time was 23 stone, and he was knocking me all over the ring. And I thought, you know what, if you can take this power into that ring and put him on the back foot, he's no chance.
Yeah.
Because when he's heavier, Tyson, he works a whole lot more to his advantage. He can absorb punches better, you know, and he's stronger. And that night he said to me, it's probably the strongest he's felt in his whole career. Yeah. That second fight for Wilder.
Well, you had that conversation with him, because you had that conversation with him like half an hour before the bell.
But that's when we was round the table in the studio.
Yeah, I remember.
When everybody was sort of like laughing at me.
Yeah.
A few others, except Steve, Paul Malinacci, but David A and co.
Yeah.
They was all like giggling to themselves, thought, we've only one winner here. But I knew what kind of man was getting into that ring that night. And he was a 19.5 stone wrecking machine.
Well, you have to be brave to have them tactics, because no one's ever done it.
No,
and that's why Wilder. I don't think Wilder can fight at a pace, and we could see he was exhausted in the second fight as well because of how Tyson fought him. But he always gets it his own way, where he just takes his time, and everyone's fearful of his power. But when you put it on him, it's a bit like AJ the other night. The gas tank emptied a bit, and it's brave tactics.
You have 100% belief in yourself.
Yeah, you have to, I suppose.
You know, he thought, hang on a minute. I beat you the first time when I've lost 10 stone in as many months. Yeah. I'm feeling big, fit and strong, and I've been training well. I can do you. And he also had ring work. He'd had 3 other fights beforehand, and he was up for the second fight.
But even saying all that, and that all makes sense, John. I understand that. That makes sense. Yeah. It's all very well coming up with that. He's now a stone lighter. He's had an extra year of training. But I know all of that. But you've still got to go in there and do what no man's ever done against the guy who, say what you like about Wilder, he hits you anywhere above the navel, you're falling over. So you still got to go in there and do it, John. That's why. Even though I knew he would win, that's why I couldn't see your plan could work.
To be honest with you, I knew it could work because I looked at Wilder through the first fight, and he was giving him trouble then. And I knew from the first fight, especially the 12th round when he got up, that Wilder couldn't fight going back. So when I started watching footage and putting things together, and to be honest with you, I don't think Wilder is as good as everybody made out to be. He can punch, he's got this skinny ass power, this Mark Breland power kind of thing, but listen, has he got the ability to back it up when he's under pressure? And I knew, take him off his comfort zone, he'd fall to pieces, and that's what he did.
I think something that affected the outcome of the second fight was how the 12th round finished, because people thought Tyson was out, like his eyes were closed for a minute, and he get back up, and he won the rest of the round.
In 2 minutes of it.
So Wilder's got to be thinking, what do I have to do here? Like, this guy literally was knocked out a second ago, and he's back up, beating me up.
Well, that's that moment where Wilder's celebrating, he's doing that sort of cheating dance, and he's doing this, and then suddenly out of the corner of his eye, we saw it, and he was right above our heads when we were seeing, and he just turns around, his jaw dropped, it was like a cartoon. You can't believe the resurrection.
It was like a divine intervention, because he was out, and like he said to me all along, he said, I took his best shots, and I got up, and I took them when I was at my weakest, so now it's not an issue. And I just don't think Wilder, apart from Tyson going to sleep on the job, has got a prayer in his third fight, because he's up for wrecking in Tyson, because he doesn't like what he said about the cheating bit at the beginning. All the he's been coming out with is rile Tyson up, and what Tyson wants to do is take him and beat him up and punish him badly. This will be the end of Deontay Wilder's career. But anything can happen in boxing, that's why we tune in. The man's still a dangerous man, he's a big banger, and anything can happen.
And that's the big... Wilder, if he has anything, it's that punch.
That's it. And that's the attraction to this fight, nothing else.
We've had David Price on that chair. We've had Ricky Hatton on that chair. And I know their last fights were a long time ago, but they're really content at the moment. They're really happy. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm delighted. I'm obviously doing a bit of work with BT now as well, which is good, and it's keeping me involved in boxing without having to get punched in the head and do it properly. And to be honest, towards the end, I was getting a bit fed up with it. You know, I felt like I was getting old. I had a bad knee, my groin was tight, my hands were sore, and you know, I wanted to go out in a big win and beat Jamel Herring, 3-weight world champion. See you later. What a career. Wasn't to be, but I had a go, and I'm happy with it. Like, I'm genuinely content with it all.
You can be
John,
more than
are we
proud.
happy with how happy
I'll
he is?
say so.
We are so.
Ireland can be proud of you,
Oh,
Carl,
thanks,
because
John.
you know, 2-time world champion. They don't not born every day, pal.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Look in that mirror and be very, very proud. And your family too. All of Ireland's proud of you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm proud of what you've done in boxing and everything. You know, you're a lovely fella. And his future's bright, isn't it?
Thanks,
Tell you
John.
what,
Like he
It's
said.
been an emotional old couple of days on this bus,
Hasn't
hasn't
it?
it?
You know,
We've been out on this
have
bus.
you noticed so, Steve?
Yeah.
Have you noticed
It's been an emotional day on this bus.
But have you noticed, all great fighters are super nice guys, aren't
Yeah.
they? You know, like him, David, you know, Tyson, Ricky, and Coach
Well,
Derek.
I've got to say one thing now. You and Derek, they had a bit of a fiery exchange the other day. They had a bit of a fiery exchange because John wasn't very happy with David challenging Tyson. So John decided that he'd challenge David.
Oh, dear.
So you say David Price, a nice guy. What would have happened if we got David Hay on this? If David Hay wasn't in Costa Rica playing tennis, what would have happened? David Hay would have sat there, you and him would have had 5 or 6 really nice minutes, and by the time we got somewhere towards Salford, I would have been trying to get in between the middle of you.
Fighting, yeah.
Well, that's no good for anybody, is it?
I'd have drawn that.
If you don't mind me saying so, John, I've had a tough day. Especially if that had been the first one of the day. If it was the last one, you know, hold on fellas, I'm gone.
just
I'll
like
leave
that.
you
Listen,
to it.
The man's a lot younger man than me, 16 years younger, 2-weight world champion. But I've got balls like King Kong. And I've been beat up all my life. And I don't value David A to one cold bowl of goat crap. So I'm not bothered. What can a man do? Beat you up. Hey, I've got these down here and that down there, up here, and I tell you what, that's where Tyson comes from. I'll have a scrap, I'm a fighting man. Win, lose or draw, get punched in the ear, black eye, broke jaw, you'll heal up, won't you? But I'll tell you what won't heal up, the white feather. When you do that, oh, this on you. No man can put it on John Fury, nobody. Not a soul.
They can try.
It's not that I'm the best in the world, but I tell you what, I've got a world-class heart.
Yeah.
Because I'll have a fight with anybody,
Good
even
man.
at this age.
Yeah.
Because my mind's willing, probably my body won't follow.
Doesn't matter, John.
But we're going to find out, I think.
In the right
very
direction.
shortly.
7 hours of this, I mean. 7 hours of this.
We're going to
from
find
rain and
out.
shine.
But like he said, go out in a good career. I feel like I want to do something at this ripe old age now because I train well still. I still do 25-mile-a-week road work. I hit the bag all the time. I spar with the boys all the time. I take their power. Why would I let these men try and put it on me? Ain't never happening. But can I say this much for the end of the day? It's been my honour and pleasure to share a bus on the same space as these great people. You know, Carl Frampton, Derek Chisora, Ricky Hatton, David Price, my own son Tommy. It's been absolutely amazing. Carl,
Thanks, John.
I love you, mate.
Thanks,
and
big
I'm
man.
proud of you, mate, what you've done.
Big set of hands
I'm
there.
looking,
Oh, he's a big old boy.
I'm look in that mirror and be proud.
Will do,
Because you've
mate.
done a lot more than a lot of other people.
Thank you very much.
You've walked the walk and you've talked the talk.
Thanks,
and you've got the
John.
belts to prove it. God bless you and good
Appreciate
luck.
it, mate.
When that bell rings, it's going to be a war.